And that's exactly why that 24-year-old man can afford to miss some television, sit back, relax, lick his wounds, sip on some fine wine, and watch some old school wrestling.
And welcome to OSW Review, the old school wrestling video podcast, filmed in glorious grapple vision and encoded with blast processing. We chronologically critique wrestling storylines, pay-per-view by pay-per-view. This is your host, your boy, Jay Hunter, the ninth wonder China. Nothing could be finer. Joined as ever with the vivacious, voracious, vociferous, and voluptuous V1, sir.
What's the crack? How are you doing, lads?
And Mr. OSC, or Mr. Only One Chapter.
Yes, sir. That's
fucking died on that one. It's our first ever AEW review. It's All Elite Wrestling's Revolution 2021, and it's coming up right now. Welcome, Naggers. Everybody's are here again. Yeah, V1, sir. How are you doing, man?
Very good. Very much looking forward to this. I've forced you into watching your first AEW show. Dying to hear your thoughts on it. It's going to be emotional.
You did not goad or force me into this. I wanted to watch this show. So I have to say I was delighted when this was chosen.
Nice.
I'm not going to say good choice because that's implying that anything else would have been a bad choice. And that's just not very positive thinking. In a nutshell, Raw, SmackDown or AEW, what's the best show of the week?
AEW is the best across the board when you factor in-ring action, longer term build and characters. I think SmackDown has the best stuff. Roman Reigns' heel run is incredible, but I think Dynamite is a better all-round show. Raw is 3 hours long.
So this is how it's going to go. We're just going to ask Steve.
Who's this guy?
How much does this guy weigh? Is this another wrestler? He looks like a businessman. Fuck you, Art O'Donnell. Golden Nugget Award
Still
winner.
haunting us, yeah.
Quickie history on AEW. Since the early 80s, the WWF was the pioneer and #1 wrestling company in the world. And apart from a few years in the 90s New Gen, where WCW and NWO was crazy hot, WWF ruled the wrestling landscape. Both WCW and territory company ECW folded in March 2001, and since then, WWF, now WWE, had no competition. In 2002, Ring of Honor and then TNA were founded from the ashes of WCW, like whomever WWE didn't pick up and their own homegrown talent. But TNA were always a distant second, like their highest pay-per-view ever. Genesis 2006 Joe vs. Angle 1 maxed out at 60,000 buys, but TNA averaged around 35,000 every pay-per-view. WWE's average at that time was 10 times that, 350k. So like TNA were an alternative, but not competition. For the longest time, WWE was the land of the giants. The Beef, Hogan, Warrior, Lex, Yoko. Okay, HBK and Brett, but they gave way to Austin and Rock and Cena, Batista. But Money in the Bank 2011, Punk wins his first WWE Championship. And in SummerSlam 2013, Daniel Bryan wins his first WWE Championship. Their success, like two smaller guys achieving main event status, changed WWE's hiring practices. So now they're raiding the indies and abroad. January 2016, AJ Styles debuts at the Rumble. February 2016, Nakamura signs with WWE. And then WWE, they hold Cruiserweight Opens, establish NXT, bring in Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Kevin Steen, El Generico, 4 Horsewomen, Asuka, create 205 Live for Cruiserweights, establish NXT UK. WWE became this big bloated albatross, like over 200 wrestlers signed on the roster across 5 brands. And they're the only game in town. What was left for the rest of us?
Mason Ryan.
Buddy!
From the belly. The Bet. May 2017, Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer was asked on Twitter if Ring of Honor could ever sell out a 10,000 seat arena like MSG. He said, not anytime soon. Cody Rhodes, who was hot in Ring of Honor at the time, took exception to that and said, you're on. January 2018, Cody and the Young Bucks announced they're putting on the biggest independent show ever. In 1 year's time, they would go all in. Being supported and put on entirely by the Bullet Club, with Ring of Honor giving them a massive hand in production, talent and some money, All In took place in the Sears Centre in Illinois.
Cross shooting star! Cross Stephen Amell, what are you doing? Beautiful disaster at the crossroads! No passage!
It was a massive success. Over 50,000 pay-per-view buys, over 11,000 tickets, sold out in minutes. Something not seen by a non-WWE WCW wrestling company since 1993.
Wow. By the way, it was also a fucking excellent show.
Yeah, and it felt like a major promotion pay-per-view, headlined by Kenny Omega and Pentagon Jr. It peaked with Chris Jericho coming out at the end of the match. I think he's hot dogging about his cruise on that one. Dave Meltzer hailed All In as a great success and so happy to lose the bet. The Turn, November 2018. Trademarks for a new wrestling company, All Elite Wrestling, is filed out of Jacksonville, Florida. Was there real money behind this? Like, a lot of times people claim to have money only to shut down a couple of months later. December. The Elite, that's Cody, the Bucks, Omega and Adam Page, all leave Ring of Honor. WWE tried to sign Cody in the Bucks, but turned it down for obvious reasons. January 2019, the Elite create their new YouTube show, Being the Elite, and Cody and the Bucks are actually EVPs of this new wrestling company, bankrolled by Tony and Shahid Khan. 2 days later, the Elite have their final New Japan matches at Wrestle Kingdom 13. February, so this is all happening really fast. AEW announced their first official pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, in May. Also that Kenny Omega is an EVP of the company. May 15th, AEW now have a TV deal, AEW Dynamite on TNT, starting in October. The first time wrestling has been on TNT since WCW in 2001. WWE feverishly sign as many people as they can to 5-year deals with more money.
Best Meltzer ever. Underneath. Oh my God. Brothers back. Man, there's some time passed here. Gone red. Look here. Look at this.
The Straight Flush. May 25th, Double or Nothing is even more successful, almost getting 100,000 buys. Headlined by Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega, seeing John Moxley, aka your boy Dean Ambrose, debut, the former world champion having only left WWE the previous month. AEW are a hit.
Moxley carving a path of destruction here at All Elite Wrestling.
So an incredible rise to become a viable alternative and established number 2 in America. AEW give us 4 pay-per-views a year. The main program is Dynamite, 2 hours on TNT. Then it's off to YouTube with AEW Dark, which showcases dark matches, BTE of course, and AEW Dark Elevation, their third brand featuring their rising stars and indie talent, which started March 2021, the week before AEW Revolution, which brings us to tonight.
Nice.
We are live in Jacksonville, home of the Jags.
Steve, tell us about the Go Home Dynamite show.
So I just want to mention one thing on the Go Home Dynamite show, because the show overall wasn't very good. They actually peaked the build like a week early, and so the Go Home show felt a bit
Let's just get to the pay-per-view.
Yeah. However, they did open with one of their biggest segments ever, where they had Shaq wrestle in a match. So it was Shaq and this brand new lady that they're kind of building up to be a superstar. Her name is Jade Cargill. She's this big, beautiful black lady. She's very tall, gorgeous, ripped, looks like a megastar. So they had those two wrestle Cody and Red Velvet. The build was abysmal, but then they got in the ring and they delivered. Shaq was amazing. He hit a beautiful, safe power bomb, took a knock from the ring apron through tables, and Jade, it was her first match, and she was capable of carrying a big TV match in her first ever professional wrestling match. So I just wanted to make note of that, saying that was really awesome. Excellent job.
What was the build to Shaq?
Oh my God. It began with Jade cutting a promo on Cody's wife, Brandy. Brandy, who's went into like ghetto mode and started like calling people bitches. And Shaq, he was doing the build from his show on TNT where he's a pundit.
That's it. There you go. WWE couldn't get Shaq. How did you
Yeah. And so he's, doing his pundit show, and then the lads are like, so Shaq, you're going to be wrestling. What are you going to do? And he's like, well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to hit an elbow and a wah, and I'm going to hit him with a knee. And I'm like, they're making fun of him for doing this, and that's their build. But then when they got into the ring, it all paid off, and it was excellent.
Fantastic.
Powerbomb! Shaquille O'Neal slammed it home!
The buy-in! AEW's Mountain Dew KFC Gold Honey Mustard Barbecue Gotta Be Domino's pre-show! Yes, tons of pre-match promos. Most of them were also shown on the pay-per-view itself, so we'll get to that later. Tag bout of Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. and Maki Itoh with Rebel versus Riho and Thunder Rosa.
Britt comes out first, and she was meant to have her tag partner, Reba, who is Rebel from TNA. Yeah. The gimmick is that she broke her ankle and that she can't wrestle, but obviously it's a work. And so that's how they get Maki Itoh into this match.
Quick aside, commentators tell us that they're socially distant and CDC compliant. Yet Maki Itoh, you wrestled in Tokyo last night, 2 matches. But yet, Sunday here, she shows up in AEW. It's like, what's happening here? So I asked,
Florida happens, probably, yeah?
I asked our Floridian bras. The official stance is if you show your negative test that's within 3 days of flying, you're good. So, yeah, follow the rules.
I think that's fair.
Oddly, Onita was offered the same to come see the main event live, but he declined, as he said he'd have to quarantine if he comes back to Japan, and he had dates to fulfill. Like, all that just really dates the show. Like, hopefully when you're watching this now, like, this is all a curious oddity, and like everyone's had their shots, and this is all in the past and serves as a kind of time capsule. Because things are great now. Things are friggin' the same now. Oh my God, we're living in Mad Max hell now. Delete is appropriate. Oh yeah, so this is Maki Itoh's official AEW debut.
When I saw her come out, I was like, oh, Jay's going to be all over this. I just thought you would love this. Yeah.
So her background is that she actually used to be in a Japanese pop idol group, and she was sacked because they said that she was ugly and she wasn't talented enough.
Is this kayfabe or shoot?
No, this is shoot.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a very cruel world over there.
What a pack of cunts.
Yeah. And so she said, okay, well, I'm not going to have a future in J-pop, so what's the next best thing? Professional wrestling!
Yay!
And she's turned that into a massive positive, and she's gotten really, really over, because her gimmick is unlike anything I think I've ever seen. It's very modern and cool.
Ding, ding, ding. V1, what you got? Over to you, mate.
Match opens up with Riho and Britt Baker. Riho, by the way, is the first ever AEW Women's Champion. She's a fantastic wrestler. Has had some great matches. They have a good back and forth. Riho with some lovely kicks. She's really fast. Riho has been in the business of professional wrestling for 15 years. She's been wrestling since she's fucking 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like Paige here kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Maki tags in and she does her like kind of nice gimmick where, she sings and smiles, and then she turns it around and she starts giving people the bird. Thunder Rosa takes her down, and then she walks over to Britt Baker, who she's been feuding with, and gives her the bird.
Well, the bird is the word.
Maki Itoh does her fake cry.
You're all into that, like.
Walks on Rosa's foot and flips her off again. Riho and Itoh trade headbutts because, as we all know, Japanese have hard heads, but they cancel out, so no one wins or loses, of course.
Taps the hard temple.
Watch out, watch the crutch! Oh! The referee didn't see it! He knocked her out! 1, 2, 3. Oh my God!
Yeah, sneaky heel rebel smacks Rose with her crutch, allowing Baker to get the win in 14:50. What do you think, everyone? What do you think, mate? Yeah.
I thought the match was okay. Maki Itoh, I love her gimmick. I love the little things that she does in the ring. But as a professional wrestler, she's still really green and she has a long way to go. But she's very young and she's going to get better.
I did watch the buy-in show and yeah, love the promos, love the style. This match was absolutely fine. But you know, when I see somebody like Maki Itoh, so she's come out of a dojo, right? And you know she was beaten around for months in there.
Battered. I
instantly think, Jesus, they've probably been through a really tough time to get where they are.
They're hard as fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, really like this. I can't remember what it's called. Maki Itoh's standing headbutt to the belly welly. What's it called?
It's got some Japanese name.
Yeah.
Timbada!
Yeah, a good pre-show.
It's Sunday night, and you know what that means. Tonight it means Revolution on pay-per-view.
It's AEW Revolution, Sunday, March 7th, 2021, from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Well, there's one match taped in Atlanta, Georgia. We'll get onto that later. 159,000 paid 60 wing wangs to watch it, or 50 if you order on the Bleacher Report live stream. 1,300 in attendance, which is about 25 to 30% capacity. But 1,300, that's more than in the Impact Zone. So I like that there was enough fans to create like crowd noise, chants and that.
It makes a huge difference.
However, if there's a lull, you can hear individual fans, and that's a bit shit. Way prefer this than the Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome, I don't mind.
Yeah?
I'm okay with it. But when WWE were doing shows in the Performance Center, and that was in front of no fans, and you can literally hear them breathing, it's so quiet that you can hear Michael Cole commentating both in your ear on the feed, but also the echo of him being picked up by the cameras.
Oh,
like
Michael
that
Cole
was
in stereo, like.
Just end it all.
Oh, and Bailey and the Boss almost got eliminated at the same time.
No, he didn't.
If you want to know what 316 Day is all about, give me a hell yeah.
That was fucking depressing. Like
The Thunderdome, it's like some kind of dystopian future where like everyone's judging you. It's like, I thought it was crazy terrifying.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Not
analogy.
Carl Carlson here. Commentators tonight are Excalibur, the voice of WCW, Tony Schiavone, and the voice of peak Attitude Era WWF, good old Jim Ross.
whose voice is knackered at the beginning of the show. I felt really bad for him.
We saw an aggressive side of the Bucks as well. Bucks, I apologize for my voice. I'll make it through.
Is Schiavone like second commentator? Is he like junior commentator? How does it work?
So JR, he's pretty much there for his name, really, you know, to be like, we have JR, we are a legitimate company, you know. And Tony, his job is basically to act like a super fan of modern wrestling and to be marveled by the ability of modern wrestlers as opposed to the wrestling that he watched 20, 30 years ago. Tony's been great. I'm very, very happy to have him back, and it looks like he's having a ball.
Our inaugural contest is for the AEW Tag Team Championship. The Inner Circle's Chris Jericho and... What Michael J. Fox. What's his name?
It's MJF. Or Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Thank you, Stephen. Versus the champions, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson.
Or as Ook would know them from their short stint.
Generation Me.
Yeah!
How long were they in TNA? It was like 6 months.
Cup
maybe.
of coffee,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. And
We don't speak of the dark times.
it was a horrible run. Jesus.
I love that they emulated the Hardys, but it was like 1997 Hardys.
Yeah.
They were on like Shotgun and Metal. Like,
What have I become now that I betrayed everyone I've ever loved and pushed them all away? I have been a slave.
out first are the heel challengers Jericho, MJF, and Top Knot Reigns. Wardlow here. I'm becoming Judas in my mind. Crowd singing along to Fozzy. OC. Are they over?
It's the only way Jericho can get Fozzy over is that he forces them to listen to every week.
I mean, he's been doing it for 15 years. Like, he's been living out of the pockets of wrestling fans for both avenues.
Yeah.
Wrestling and music.
Oh yeah,
right?
but at least beforehand he wasn't shilling his own song at a
true.
wrestling show. Now he's just crossed the line here.
I got 3 points for you. One is that we have paid to see Fozzy twice.
Yes.
So we have the right to complain about it. I bought merch and everything. Their t-shirts were shit. They went to shit after you washed them once.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 2, to get your band a gig, if you have to create a cruise and then book them to be the music on the cruise, that doesn't count. That's like if you buy 100,000 copies of your CD single and now it's gone, it's top the chart. Yeah. It's like, no, that just means you're never short of a coaster in your gaff. Like. And thirdly, for anyone giving out in the comment section that they are over, right, name me any Fozzy band member that isn't Chris Jericho.
Oh, that's a good.
that's
acid
very
test
good.
there.
Don't move off the page.
Pause it right now.
I think the song is awesome, by the way. I think
It
it's
is
great.
pretty good. The champions Young Bucks outlast the EVPs of AEW, who papered the building. Ring announcer is your boy, Justin Roberts.
It's strange to see him.
What's he like?
Does he have like a chiffon scarf or
Oh
something?
man, I'm
going
loving
on?
it. The strong coat and the white scarf. And he must be dying of the heat.
No, at one point
What a
the
trooper.
commentators, the pyro goes off and they say, "Oh, a bit of heat." So I think it's freezing in there. Yeah.
Referee Aubrey Edwards, who's super nice and answers any ref questions you have on Twitter. So.
And she's a very good ref.
OSC special from the bell ringing. How long do they bail to the outside?
WrestleMania 27 Taker Triple H. It's not so bad. It's like 2.5 minutes.
20 seconds.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
OSC, what do you think of Jericho's knacker tattoo sleeve?
It's much better now that it's a sleeve.
I agree.
Here, why don't we have a quick look at it?
Yeah. Actually, this is not bad at all. He's got a Jason from Friday Jason falling over apple carts. A Jason Friday the 13th mask, that's really cool.
You see the kind of Jets logo on the forehead there?
He does. Got a Canadian flag. He's got the guy, the News of the World guy is holding him in his hand.
So he's like Farrah Fawcett and King Kong.
Yeah.
Interesting take.
And then he's got a snake eating the Rolling Stones' mouth.
Yeah, the Paul Stanley kiss makeup on the snake there, huh?
Yep. And he's got a pumpkin and he's got his terrible skull eagle thing.
That's the Fozzy album art, the skin and bone.
Is that what it is?
What a carny.
Oh my God. But I have to, massive improvement though, overall. And I really like the Canadian flag and the Jason mask.
And do you like the pièce de résistance there? The hand tat, the Fozzy F.
Oh, is that what it is? Gee, he's obsessed. Get over it. Fucking Fozzy. Come on, man.
He's his own Jed Maxwell.
Yeah.
Inner Circle dominate, punctuated with a double step over and Young Bucks pose. Oh man, stepping over your opponent, Bruce Hart would be proud. Before a big double DDT reversal, we see the corner webcam on the ring post. That's one step away from WCW's ref cam. Brilliant. Wrestlers also very mindful not to knock it over. Fast pace, no selling flippy shit from the Bucks. Matt hits a Canadian Destroyer, throwing up the Motor City Machine Guns hand sign, and they're made in Detroit. Back and forth, multiple near falls on both sides. I just couldn't believe this was the opener, not the sub or main event. They're going full pelt. Double delayed vertical suplex with double bird flipping, and MJF mocks the Bucks DX socket.
That's hilarious. Does he do that regularly, that taunt?
No.
It's just
It's
against the
so
Bucks.
funny. Why is it against the Bucks?
That's their big thing. Is suck it.
They'd have that taunt.
Suck it. That, if you watch BT, that's all they do. Get some rip off of the DX theme and go suck it.
Really?
So,
Oh, wow.
the absolute worst thing about AEW is they can't let WWE go.
Yeah.
They've so many references and jokes and quotes and piss takes that it's kind of gone full circle and they've become the joke.
Yeah.
It's so lame. I watch your show to get away from Vince. Don't let him chase you, you know?
The best thing about BTE, there's a bit where they're in Dublin, they're in the supermarket, and then they turn to Kenny Omega, and he's just got a shitload of Tato on him. He's like, yeah, I'm just fueling up here. Just like, oh, yeah!
What are you doing? Well, you can't have too many snacks for the road, right? Yeah.
By the way, Kenny Omega, convinced he's a fan of OSW. He's been talking a lot about Mo lately.
Splicey.
Yeah.
I'll trade you Mo for Men on a Mission for Ric Flair.
Okay, well then, say something now that you want him, even a little winky thing he can do in a promo.
Come up with a move or a spot that's called a fatal deviation. Oh, yeah.
Just watching these guys work, I was like, holy shit, Matt, way more talented than Nick. He does all the heavy lifting and he spends 90% of the time in the ring. Ping pong MJF back and forth with a super kick party, BTE trigger, and finish with a Meltzer driver. Amazing name.
It is funny, isn't it? It's very tongue-in-cheek.
And the Young Bucks
Meltzer's
retain.
cheeks.
So mank. And the Young Bucks retain in 1750.
1, 2, 3.
Quite enjoyable. I would have preferred to see Generation Me wrestle another flippy team. You've got Jack Evans on the roster.
Speed muscle. Those are approving noises, by the way.
You've got Darby Allin. I know he's got his own thing going on. Teddy Hart is obviously very available. Come on, guys. Let's
If
see
you
what we
can
can
get
do
out
here.
of fucking jail.
I know I'm probably the millionth person to say it, but MJF is exceptional. He's got a huge future ahead of him.
He is the future.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Overall, I liked all four men in the ring. Some nice stuff here. Not enough flippy stuff for my tastes. Probably a bit too much for your tastes. Good opener.
Yeah, agreed. Just want to say, MJF, he's brilliant. I love how he keeps kayfabe even on Twitter and stuff like that. So he's a complete package. Definitely a huge reason to watch AEW.
Yeah. My personal highlight was the super kick party to MJF, where he super sells and JR goes, "Oh, here's got the slobber knocked out. It's a slobber knocker." And I was like, that was brilliant. And yet, like you guys said, MJF is incredible. This guy is only 24 and he's already one of the best in the business. What's he going to be like at 34 if he can keep himself healthy and fit? So yeah, thumbs up. A solid opener.
Match number 2 is the 15-team, 30-man casino tag team Royale. Dark Order. Who are these lads?
So the Dark Order began with Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, who
He's ruined.
Who you would have known as from Ring of Honor as the Super Smash Bros.
Awesome.
Yeah, they were the like evil cult trying to get extra people to join, and when they do join, they give up their selves and they become numbers. They've got 5 and 10, and they got this like chick who's like number 99, and
She's 30 off.
so then Brody Lee became the leader. He kind of moved them up from like a comedy faction to a kind of upper tier. But then, unfortunately, around Christmas, he passed away. Really sad. Holy fucking shit. Ever since then, that kind of turned them face. And they're looking for Adam Page to like take over as the leader, but that's a different angle. So yeah, they're ex-low card heels who then became upper mid-card heels. And then unfortunately after Brody passed away, kind of moved back down to mid-card comedy faces.
So it's an over-the-top Royal Rumble, but with 15 teams. Elimination is 1 out, both out, with a 90-second interval. This match lasts almost 27 minutes, but it's at a breakneck pace. 2 wrestlers coming out every minute and a half, so it's a flurry of do your move, then busy work till you're eliminated. Next team. Let's fucking do it!
Dustin Rhodes, QT Marshall, The Natural Nightmares.
First out. Oh, meow.
Meow, 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 meow.
It's Dustbin Rhodes. That's another one of Greg's. I think
Yeah, very
right
good,
there.
very good.
Along with QT Marshall, they're part of the Natural Nightmares. Then Dark Order, team number 1 of 3, Alan Angels and Preston Vance, aka 5 and 10.
Question for you, Steve. How do you make somebody a jobber?
You beat them.
No, you give them a number instead of a name. Like, you can't, how can you push number 5? Come on.
The only way you could get the numbers over is if that corresponds to an order at a Chinese takeaway. Oh my god, here's number 32. The chicken ball chips, curry sauce. Evil Uno, mate. It's waiting.
Evil Uno, so is like that the curry that gives you the fucking shits later on. That's it.
Santana and Ortiz. Hey, the modern LAX from TNA. They left Impact in July 2019, showing up at All Out the next month. They're part of Jericho's heel faction, the Inner Circle.
Last seen on OSW, Bound for Glory 2017 review in the very entertaining street fight.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Hey! QT Marshall hits an RKO and chucks out 5, 10. They were born to fly. It's Matt and Mike Seidel.
Has a brother that wrestles? Did not know this.
Oh man, Evan Byrne here. Shave those sideburns.
Yeah, big time.
Oh, wow, they are not kayfabing the time between entries. Like, this is a legit 90 seconds. Dark Order, team number 2. Oh, state of your man in the gimp mask.
Evil Uno.
I had a look at him and I was like, I bet you're mates with Matthew. Anyway, so I went on to Matthew, hey, who's this guy? And are you mates with him? And he's like, yes and yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Evil Uno, that's player Uno from Chikara. And Matthew tells us he used to wrestle with Nest pad details on his tights.
Yeah.
So he used to lose by his opponent pressing the pause button when he was outside and he'd get counted out.
Great
That's clever.
stuff. I used to love that gimmick. They were brilliant.
Austin and Colton Gunn, the sons of Billy Gunn. Yeah, legit Austin and Colton Sop here, Kip Sop's sons. Should have known with the Chuck and Billy headbands that they got.
Yeah. Did you guys like Evil Uno's ultimate self-rock bottom?
You want to talk us through it?
This was amazing. So we all know what a self-rock bottom is. You lift the person up, you take a back bump, and you drive their face into the canvas,
or
right?
not. They're usually unscathed.
Yeah. This one, the ultimate self-rock bottom, lift up, takes a back bump, gets the planting wrong, plants them right on his hip. Looked really painful.
Big Boot and Seidel's sideburns are gone.
Well, pretty Peter Avalon and Cesar Bononi.
The return of sex jazz music. It's Pretty Pictures Avalon and Benoni. Next out are Varsity Blondes.
I love how you have nothing to say about them.
Brian Pillman Jr. and Mr. Garrison. The Guns hit a famouser to Peter and another to Benoni, but QT swoops in to eliminate them both. They're part of Dustbin's Nightmare family, so he gets a bollocking and saw that, eliminates himself.
This angle is so bad. It's something that should be on dark so that people who just watch a TV show shouldn't have to watch it.
Oh, wow.
But unfortunately, QT is a friend of Cody, and Cody has turned into a bit of a Rebel H.
I was wondering when that was going to happen.
It's kind of like, you know, he gets the biggest entrance, he gets all of the angles, all the spotlight, and now he's turning into Hulk Hogan because he's getting his mates work.
So we can expect Jim Duggan at any time. Number 9, our Bear Country. Big, bouncy, beefy boys, Boulder and Bronson, with fun power spots like a tombstone splatting onto another guy and slamming 2 guys at once.
Could they not have gone for ring gear that set them apart from heavy machinery? Because that's all you see with these lads, right?
Yeah,
Fair point,
true.
yeah. Stu Grayson, amazing strength, gets Boulder up on his shoulders. Man, he got his hand right up Bear's honey pot. And he gets eliminated instead. Next up, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus of the Jurassic Express.
Jungle Boy, do you know who he's the son of?
I do.
Jungle Man.
Luke Perry.
Luke Perry.
Wow.
R.I.P.
Yeah, very sad.
Very sad. But yeah, Jungle Boy's great.
Everyone out of the pool. And I was like, fucking state of Matthew here, his elimination.
So, Marco Stunt does a Hurricane Rana. Evil Uno.
The outside. Like,
Yeah, so Evil Uno kind of turns, drops Marco nice and safely. 1, 2, 3. The chugga, builds up a head of steam, runs into the turnbuckle.
Wait, stops,
and,
turns towards the turnbuckle.
Yes.
and then dumps himself off the edge. It was embarrassing.
That elimination, he just killed kayfabe so much.
Shattered it. You
Like,
know?
wrestling is fake now. The Butcher and the Blade, and then Private Party. Oh wow, SCU, Kaz and Daniels, the Legion of Boom in TNA. Oh, did you like their gimmick? Very close to your heart. We'll never wrestle again if we lose another match.
Oh, I love it. That's so clever. Who did they get that from?
Flair.
Checking out the geocities.com fucking role-playing boards from 2000.
The Jay Hutter and OSW with the break with our Sean and Nash politicking here.
Brilliant.
Awesome. Yeah, so they've gone 6-0. The commentators immediately explained that this match doesn't count towards that.
I like that.
Losing were step out because they're not going to win the match. Team number 14, our Death Triangle, Ray Phoenix and Bastard Pac. Awesome name, awesome look. My favorite thing of his is like he's always only in his gear. Like he doesn't exist in street gear. He comes out in public in his gear, you know.
Like to a book signing.
Yeah, he's out on the streets of Newcastle in his underwear there. Yeah. It was just like looking at Butcher and Blade here. Like, who's this Jake Roberts looking fella? Andy Williams, the rhythm guitarist from Every Time I Die. Final team is the third entry for the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver.
Johnny Hungy.
Is he didn't get brekkie or what?
Because he's the meat man.
Ah.
As a worker, he's a little firecracker. He's like a dynamo.
Pocket rocket.
A pocket rocket. Yes, exactly.
It's just a backhanded compliment. I have to say, out of the 6 of the Dark Order in this match, yeah, I really like this guy.
Yeah.
Down to the final 4, Jungle Boy, Bastard Pac and Dark Order's Reynolds and John Silver, who does the HBK spot that OC loves so much to keep him alive.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, he gave it socks though, didn't he?
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, he's very fast, very beefy, and he's tightrope beyond out.
Unbelievable. Ray Phoenix does a tightrope walk and kicks John Silver out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I haven't seen that before.
Ray Phoenix, Steve, is the most spectacular wrestler in the world.
Okay.
He is incredible.
Jungle Boy low bridges Pac. He's gone. Just him and Phoenix left. Ray hits a high velocity tope con hero. Eats a super kick from a top rope nothing. Lariato! Poison Frankensteiner. But he 619 denies the elimination. Spinning kick and clotheslines Jungle Boy out. Ray Phoenix is the winner.
Phoenix held on. Jungle Boy's in trouble. The big kid did it.
Yeah, very excited about the state of this division in a positive way. In general, with tag team wrestling, it's dead in WWE. It's a great way to put guys in the mix who you have nothing for. Let's look at the New Age Outlaws as a perfect example. It lets you actually have a match potentially on a pay-per-view in something like this, and you can shine rather than you're just doing fucking nothing in the undercard. Really, really liked the last couple of minutes with Phoenix and Jungle Boy. Great way to finish this match. Could have done with a couple of more high spots, but I think that's just my unrealistic expectations of what AEW is.
What do you think, mate?
Really fast paced, bit of a blur, bit of a blitz. It was tough to follow.
Jesus, I have that exact thing written.
Tough to follow what was going on in parts. But then once they got rid of the kind of faff, I thought it'd turn the corner. And the last 5 or 10 minutes were absolutely brilliant. Jungle Boy, if he can just get a little bit of beef, I think he's one to watch out for the future, much like MJF in the first match. 2 thumbs up, especially for the ending of this match.
I agree with that. I was just annoyed with the lack of selling because it comes across as a bit of a conveyor belt of ineffective moves. Like Jungle Boy hit 3 big moves in a row and just Phoenix, oh no, selling that and clothesline you out. It was like, that doesn't make sense. It was all a bit of a blur, but I really liked Matthew in there. He was great. Anyone got Evil Uno in their boys stable? Comment below there. By the way, you can only have 6 in your boys stable, so, you know. Backstage. Well, hey, it's the big show.
It's Paul White.
He's talking about social media, big school, blah, 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 blah. Ah, you're not paying me enough to wrestle. He says that AEW's next signing and no one's going to outwork him. And find out later on.
Can I just comment on New Year's Baby for a second? I was racking my brains about it and I struggle to think of anything I would hire Paul White for. Like, he's going to be color commentator? No, he was never a talker. He was never a wrestler. I hope AEW don't go down this road and start picking up the likes of The Big Show or the likes of Glenn Jacobs or whoever else. Just because they are in WWE does not make them good or useful. Steve, has he done anything to make you excited?
So this was only his second appearance. He made his debut on the Go Home show where he came out and the first thing he did was make a joke reference to the Fed where he goes, I get you didn't see this turn coming.
That's quite funny.
Yeah.
That's quite funny.
I love it. Hey, raise your hand if you saw this turn coming.
Ryo Mizunami, 16 years in the making, a chance to make a splash on the world stage here tonight.
Match number 3 is an AEW women's title match with champion Hikaru Shida versus Ryo Mizunami. Ryo Mizunami, winner of AEW's 16-woman Eliminator tourney, which was held between February 10th and March 3rd on Dynamite and YouTube. Ryo,
which was held in an empty factory somewhere. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen. It was fucking depressing, lads.
Ryo beat Maki Itoh in the first round. Aja Kong in the quarters. You might remember her from New Generation. And Yuka Sasaki in the semis. And Nyla Rose in the final.
Which was an excellent match.
Did you enjoy the Oasis shirt on Excalibur?
I didn't notice.
Oh man, only the A is peeking out a bit. I was like, well, yep. Excalibur has his working boots on. You can tell only he cares about the women here, because like Shivanti's like, oh. These 2 ladies competing on this big stage. Like, fuck you. Oh my god. But in 30 seconds flat, Excalibur lays out why you should care about this match. Mizunami was going to retire 2 years ago, but with the emergence of AEW, she wanted one last big hurrah and entered herself into the tournament and won it. Herself and Shida aren't strangers. They crossed paths over the last 10 years, but champion Shida has never beaten her, only draws. Ryo gloating, even if we wrestled for 100 years, you could never beat me. So despite being the champion, it's Shida that has something to prove.
Shida!
Hikaru and her awesome Titantron. She looks like Quaith from Game of Thrones. You like it?
Yeah, it's cool.
She's a woman with a kind of red cloth mask covered with bronze scales. You can see it there. She offers Daenerys cryptic advice. Anyway.
Plays a much bigger part in books than she did in TV show.
Do you like her Hakushi outfit as well? Bit of that.
The lampshade.
Ding, ding, ding. Mizunami is a pantomime wrestler. Broadly gesturing, you got me, you got me.
Yeah, just
this
weird.
is not what the commentator is telling us what's going on.
Yeah.
This is a disconnect from the plot that they're telling us. It's so bad.
Yeah, she's hot dogging while lightly slapping the chest, and she's like into the camera.
And then she does the mime thing with the ropes.
Yeah.
pull the rope.
Ah,
What do you think of
But
that?
she does it. I liked it, but she didn't go anywhere. I was like, okay.
there's no actual rope.
The commentators skillfully play it off as a lack of respect. They navigate their way to an awesome cradle back to belly pile driver on the stage.
Not good.
Very nice, very safe. Mizunami won't go down, hitting a twisting Uranagi, followed up with a spear. Her guillotine leg drop only gets a near fall. Got too cocky, going for the hot limit. It was blocked and got a straitjacket German for her troubles. Falcon Arrow, shining wizard knee to the face. Falcon Arrow, poke to the eyes. Finish of the match. Hikaru kicks into high gear with a corkscrew knee strike and stacks her up. 1, 2, 3, and Shido retains.
Oh, 3. Finally, a knockout shot got the job done.
What do you think, mate?
It wasn't for me. I saw this and I thought Jay is going to love this Japanese women's
I don't
match.
love all Japanese women.
No, you just love their matches. But no, it was... I didn't care, and I think that was my main issue with this. I've never seen these two wrestlers before, and they didn't put on a good enough match to make me care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agreed. Like, it was an enjoyable, high work rate Japanese women's match. But the thing that it struck me most was I was just amazed at how low interest JR and Shavante were.
Tony fucked up.
hilarious.
Tony fucked up the finish. So like she hits her running twisting knee, and then Tony is like, "Oh, she didn't quite get that. 1, 2, 3. I guess she did."
Steve, what's the kind of state of women's wrestling in AEW?
It's been slow. They had a tough time signing because WWE just snapped up every good female wrestler that there was. And so what they had left was to bring in the kind of wacky Joshis over, who are really good athletes and quite good workers, but to non-Japanese wrestling fans, it's quite alien. She'd won the belt around last May, and since then she's ran through everyone. And the fact that COVID happened and they couldn't bring in more wrestlers meant that she just kind of wrestled Nyla Rose over and over again. But things have gotten a bit better recently. They've signed Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, who used to be in Punk's group, the Straight Edge Society, and they're getting some women back that have been out hurt. Things have picked up a lot lately, mainly helped by Britt Baker, Deeb, and Rosa.
Have they signed Lacey Von Erich yet? Give the fan what they want.
That's brilliant.
Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy squaring off against Kip Sabian and Miro. Whoa!
Oh my God! Good Lord!
Match number 4, it's Miro and Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Backstage, I think we're going to get a promo? No, Pearl Harbor from the front? Kind of. Best Man Rusev and Kip batter OC and Chuck Taylor, busting him open before the match even starts. Oh, Rusev.
Yeah, never looked better.
Nice of him to take a break from bitching on Twitch.
Who's he bitching at?
Oh, man. Like September 2020, he's there with his one on a sub train. And he's just, oh, fucking Dave Meltzer. He's full of shit. You go to hell, sir. Because he reported that it was Lana's fault that WWE stopped wrestlers earning money on these third-party platforms. She was hawking Bang energy drinks. Well, that turned out to be true. Well, that turned out to be false. Delete his profile. But it's so lame. He was like, I've never seen your star lower. Is he any good? Do you watch him on Twitch or anything?
Oh, man. On Twitch, he's okay. Like as himself, he's an entertaining man, like he's got something. But in AEW, guys, it's the fucking pits. He left WWE where he wasn't being booked well, he came to AEW where we were all so fucking happy. It was like, we're going to get to say Rusev Unleashed, be a beast, be a main eventer. And it's like, he's got this low mid-card comedy gamer geek gimmick where he got angry at the best friends because he was playing one of his games and they broke it. And he's been stuck in a never-ending loser feud for losers that just won't end. It's the worst thing in AEW, and I feel really bad for him.
So he's feuding with the best friends. Like, is that like Matt McMuscles or Chuck Taylor? You know, he's injured, but he's kind of fighting through the pain. He's like, ring the damn bell. Zero crowd response. Holy shit. Do you remember Sable? It was during Beyond the Mat. She's there with Russo and he's like, yeah, you really got to sell it back. Sell that back. So they don't think you're ever going to compete. And then you're like, ring the bell. Nothing. That's you, mate.
Ring the bell.
What? Ring the damn bell.
When we got to do AEW, I was like, oh man, I can't wait to see what OC thinks of Orange Cassidy. Looking at him, I was like, fuck, big ook vibe off him, you know? What do you think?
He's amazing. Yeah, he is. I think he's fucking awesome. But why did you think I would think that?
Whenever he puts his hands in his pants and like he starts working without working,
Yeah.
what have we got? What have we got?
No, it's very short, but I like his shtick with the kicks to the boot.
He's like, hey,
Yeah, that's so
hooray.
cool.
But why doesn't the other person just kick him in the face?
Because, Steve, they're paralyzed with rage.
They're mesmerized. They're the incredulity of it.
Hold on, I thought Orange Cassidy was over. Am I wrong here?
Oh, massively over. Yeah.
Okay.
I love, like, it's an opening card gimmick, and I love that he didn't do enough of this in this match, because he'd give a running shoulder tackle with his arm still in his pockets.
That's so
and
cool.
His hand still in his pockets. Oh, it's fucking great, like, yeah.
He kind of peaked with an upper, like, just under main event feud with Chris Jericho. And they had one match that was great. And then they had a second match that was worse. And then a third match that was bad.
Just like OC.
And so after that, he's been de-pushed. And he's been with this gimmick for the last 6 months now, it feels like.
Yeah.
Well, we've spent more time talking about Orange Cassidy than MJF. So, look, there's something in it. Tweak a few things and he could go up the card. So.
Like, he is super over.
OC, Orange Cassidy, is full of fire, piss and vinegar and all that. Kip Sabian on the indies, yeah, with a Deathly Hallows. What a fucking nerd! Wow, and I'm a fucking nerd.
Speaking of this, can I give out about Kip for like a few minutes?
I'll give you 25 seconds.
Okay, so he also streams games on Twitch, and one day I decided to raid him and sent over like 150 people or something. He was playing like Call of Duty and there was like maybe 60 people watching. So on his thing, it's like AEW wrestler Kip Sabian, and he's playing with other wrestlers and blah, blah, blah. And then we raid and we're like, hey, hello.
Raid means you send your followers who are watching you onto someone else's channel.
And then the first thing he goes is, just to let you know, this is not a wrestling channel and we don't talk about wrestling.
Oh, fuck off.
So yeah, I blocked him.
That is pathetic.
What a dickhead.
Shit is top rope nothing from Chuck Taylor, then a flump pile driver, which is great. He kind of just sat back and I was like, huh.
Oh, his pile driver was gorgeous.
Bit of old school Orange Cassidy. Miro runs wild, shoving Tangerine Man into the valet, who bumps to the outside. Thank God she's wearing flat soles, not heels. Good job. Tour of the Islands, crashing the OC, don't call it that, on his side. Ouch! Miro Potria. Miro Machka. Camel clutch. Love the waiting kind of snap there, and a quick tap in 7 minutes 50.
Miro, is he gonna? If he cranks it, God, you could see it coming, and you couldn't do anything about it. That's it. Taylor.
What do you think, mate?
I thought this match did its job. I have no interest in Kip Sabian, and I'm glad I have no interest in Kip Sabian, Steve. And no interest in Chuck Taylor. For me, this is all about Miro and Orange Cassidy. I thought both looked great. Orange Cassidy played the great plucky underdog, didn't quite have enough. Miro looked like a beast, which is fully how I expected AEW to book him, and it's the only way he should be booked. It wasn't a particularly long match. It did its job. So overall, I was happy with it. Oh yeah, and a big plus, Orange Cassidy. Love him.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm with you, Luke.
For me, it was the worst thing in the build, and it was the worst thing on the show. It was
It's like new fan versus grizzled veteran fan talk here.
It was nice to see Miro finally look dominant and like a beast, because he hasn't been good,
Can you do like a Godfather whole train in the corner, but call it the sub train?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, but Kip shouldn't do that because,
Backstage interview with the losers. Jericho and MJF. You failed to win the tag belts. Failed, you fathead idiot. Much like an army changing tack halfway through a battle, they'll make changes next week.
Jim, Tony Excalibur, back to you.
Failed at anything in my life, you idiot.
Match number 5, it's Big Money Matt Hardy versus Hangman Page. V1, how has the other V1 been in AEW?
Pretty fucking good. When he joined, he was broken Matt Hardy, and unfortunately it didn't really work out great because COVID and there's no fans, and that's very much a gimmick that you have to have the fans playing along with. Delete. So you've got to make sure that the arm goes out, because it can't go up.
Shit.
Because then it becomes something very, very different, lads. He's in good shape. He's having good matches. He's cutting good promos. I have to put Matt Hardy over, as I don't think he's quite on Jericho's level of being able to come up with constant reinventions and new gimmicks, but he's a pretty close second to it. And Big Money Matt is basically him playing a money scrounging weasel wrestling guy. He is building up his own group of kind of underlings, gets them to sign contracts where he takes 30% of everything that they earn. And so he tried to get Paige to sign, but Paige is a wily babyface, and when Matt Hardy went to talk into the camera, Paige whipped out his own contract papers, and so Matt Hardy signed away his earnings to Hangman Page. But because Paige is an honest babyface, he decided to take on Matt Hardy in the big money match. The winner of the match gets the first quarter earnings of the other person. As a singular bill for a match, it's my favorite thing on the show. Hangman Page is a future megastar, and Matt Hardy is a great wily veteran.
Two things on that. That was great, by the way. One is, I love how reasonable it is to put a quarter of a year's wages on it. So
Yes.
it's not like, give me £1 billion, please.
Yeah.
So you could feel it would actually be a realistic stip. The other one is Hangman Page gives out Big Money Matt. He's reinvented himself, but now we're seeing the real Matt, which is a money-grubbing, carny piece of shit asshole. He just called him a carny.
It's great shit.
Oh, I never thought I'd hear that word outside our show.
Yeah, I really like it, talking about the reinvention of Matt Hardy. They talk about the quarter of the year salary, is it? Half of it's going to go to the tax man anyway, so don't get too excited. You're better off with a briefcase of cash.
Yeah. Matt Hardy, immediate wear down 70s heel shtick with twisting the fingers, bending, biting.
Yeah.
Get in. Yes.
I knew you'd love this.
Flipped out. 29-year-old Hangman here versus Matt Hardy. His career length, 28 and a half years.
Wow.
Like, imagine if you were 3 years old watching a wrestler, and then 25 years later, you're wrestling him. Holy shit. Insane longevity of Matt Hardy working and bumping for almost 30 years. Whip to the ropes. Time to hot dog. V1 hand signals combined with the money finger. Get in. Follows up with a twist of fate to the outside. You know what's not big money? His 1999 Hardy Boys jocks with the giant pockets.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think he should wrestle in a suit?
Like IRS?
I mean, like suit pants, maybe.
Right. Does he have a shirt, like short sleeve, Homer Simpson short sleeve shirt?
He can...
Die! That's it. That's brilliant. He wouldn't even make it to the ring. He'd come out, laugh at him, and turn around and go back. Matt must be knackered. He's kind of all one move rest. Spends most of the time on offense. I enjoyed the hang-on belly-to-back suplex, which actually kind of spiked Hangman even more. He's trying to reef him off and then... Pfft, awesome. Signature leg drop is denied, but Matt negotiates his way to a BT bomb from a BT bomber. Reverse reversal and Hangman hits a Deadeye. Suckless distracts the ref and so does Quinn, so Matt can recover. These are his henchmen here. Hangman takes the bait and gets caught with a side effect, followed up with a twist of fate. Incredulously, this doesn't get the 3. Fix! Cue Dark Order run in, as is tradition. Whoa, back up. So Hangman can hit a bookshot lariato. 1, 2, 3 and gets the win.
You got him! Leg hook tightly. It's over.
This was my favorite thing on the show. It was the most WWE thing that was on the card, but it was better because the build was good and it made sense and the babyface looked like a hero that we should all like. Big Money Matt has been trying to sign Paige, but he only wants him because he sees dollar signs. But then the Dark Order, who want him to be their new leader because their friends, come out, save him, push him back so that he can hit the buckshot and win. Yeah, absolutely loved this match. Thought that they told a great story. 2 thumbs up from me.
What do you think, mate?
I really liked it. Probably my favourite of all the promo packages. Enjoyed what they did in the ring. Yeah, I can see potential big time in Hangman Page. And this, when you talk about what AEW can do with established stars, the Matt Hardys and Chris Jerichos of this world are the perfect people because they're going to put others over and they've still got gas in the tank. In-ring work itself was fine. Yeah. Nothing special, but I really liked the lariat at the end.
Yeah, great storyline, wonderful payoff at the end as well. 2 things there. It's just, I love that when Matt's trying to hustle him and get him to sign it, it's like, yeah, I'll make you a billionaire. You're not a billionaire. It's like Lachlan in Fatal Deviation. It's like, oh, I'll give you the money. Sir, you're not wearing shoes. The other thing, Dark Order literally supporting Hangman Page because they're friends to help him to win. And Excalibur breaks out, as rich as Page is in money, he's as rich in friendship. And everyone hugs. Oh, isn't that
love it?
So lovely.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah. Fucking Homer Simpson.
A billionaire.
I don't know if I'll talk it. All right. So it's time for the halfway point of the show. It's time for the Outbreak Question. And I got a question for you this time. See, I'm actually prepped it. What bar is Panzer Paladin? See you after the break.
What's a Panzer Paladin?
Oh, see you after the break.
ゲームの開発には専門家の的確なアドバイスが必要。
You call this texture mapping? Out of the way, Junior. I think we need to add a few more polygons to Stephanie. Mr. Jericho, can you write down that compression algorithm? I'm a little busy, Junior.
スーパースタークリス・ジェリコの協力で超リアルな映像が実現。世界最強エキサイティングプロレス 3!
See how I arch my back like so? I can't feel my legs.
So before the break, I asked you, what bar is Panzer Paladin? Well,
Panzer Paladin, available now on Nintendo Switch.
Oh, me meow.
He's fighting with a golden dogger.
Nice.
I was legitimately going to say that game looks awesome. Before
it
the Golden
actually does
Hour.
look like fun.
yeah. Thank you to our bra Darktone.
Oh, it's Dark Tone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in this game, you can make your own weapon. You go to the blacksmiths, and then you fight sub-bosses, and they drop a random weapon, and sometimes it'll be yours. And so he made a golden auger.
Yeah, you fucking animal, you Dark Tone.
So it's on Switch now. So it's on PC. Go on to there and download your OSW golden auger weapon. Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, mate.
That's really cool.
So what bar is Panzer Paladin? A golden auger bar. Match number 6. It's the Face of the Revolution 6-man ladder match. In the build-up, Cody mentions grabbing a literal brass ring, and I was like, will there literally be a physical brass ring? This is so incredibly smarky. No chance, mate. The winner gets a shot at the TNT Championship. Oh, so there's 2 prizes, Face of the Revolution and a TNT title match. So that's bollocks then, obviously. And anyway, it was just... Oh my God, there is a massive brass ring! You fucking nerds!
It's so fucking lame.
Look at this big shiny donut in the middle of the fucking arena.
It's a fucking cushion for people with piles. Anyway, as someone who's been watching AEW since day one, they've got an awful habit with everything has to be a reference or a smarky comment or comeback at WWE. So it's like, grab the brass ring. I'm shocked that you didn't have to break through a glass fucking ceiling first, you know?
Oh, a glass ceiling match.
He's got an
You
idea.
put someone through a glass table
bucket.
or something, yeah.
Platinum Max, I make Tony money. I'ma flatten out they chest like Lola Bunny. Jobbers in the back got an upset tummy, cause they see me with the pub like it's always sunny. Yo.
Ooh, we got a rapper promo by Platinum Max Caster. Man, it's been almost 20 years since Cena, his rap gimmick debuted. Man, I'm glad someone else can use it.
Yeah.
Scripted rap here, good times.
I've been told by people who love rap that it's like, technically he's a terrible rapper. But it's like, I don't care. The whole point is to have zingers that will pop me and pop the fans. And he does. Case in point, on the Go Home show, name dropped Rubbish Ronnie Garbage.
Oh,
yeah.
get him over. My favourite line was hanging at the bar like it's always sunny.
Yeah.
Good times. Accompanied by Jake Roberts, the murder hog monster. Oh, it's your boy, Lance Archer.
Is this Lance Hoyt?
Yes.
Fuck off. I was thinking, that can't be him.
Turn around. Let me see your back.
Yes, I was like, where's his tramp stamp?
He's gotten it filled in with the Jesus tattoo.
And he's got a new one on the back as well. And now he's got the mohawk in the dread. So
it's all the way.
Yeah,
The mohawk is actually kind of cool looking.
It's completely kind of bulldozed over now. I'm well impressed.
So this guy who we all at the time, him and Jimmy Rave, it's like jobbers.
Oh.
But this guy has kind of reinvented himself. He's gotten a second chance.
He's dropped the Guitar Hero controllers.
Yes.
And he's doing really, really well. Like, he came in and they booked him strong. He ran through people. It was himself and Cody to win the TNT title. Cody won, of course, because, you know,
he's booked in.
He's like, Triple H, I get the biggest entrance. Everyone comes out of the heel and the face side. I come out in the middle. He's the only one who does it. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, he's done really well.
Scorpio Sky. JR mentions he's been overlooked. Penta El Zero Miedo, aka Pentagon Jr. from AAA. Older brother to Rey Fenix. And finally, American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Cody took himself out of the race for the AEW title. That's very nice of him. And then I was like, oh man, that neck tattoo. What do you think about that?
I love it.
Yeah?
Really?
I fucking love it.
Yeah?
I think it looks amazing.
You're the one.
He's like, I knew it.
Like, I know he's gotten stick over it, but and his missus asked him not to do it.
I believe his wife begged him not to do it, yeah.
Wow.
Just in case he gets a job in a bank. Like.
Yeah, but that's it. He's never going to be anything other than a wrestler or a booker or an agent or whatever. So what? If he wants to do it, let him do it. And I think the tattoo itself is beautiful.
What about self-respect?
Respect.
Yeah, it's awesome tattoo.
Wildcard bitches, it's all ego Ethan Page. This is his debut.
What a wet fucking fart.
Wait, he must win this match, otherwise you'd be a huge little bitch.
Little bitch.
Shavante postulates Lance Archer has the advantage because he's taller, so he doesn't have to climb as far. He's 6'8". Had a look into it. This is the third ladder match in AEW. Lucha Bros won at All Out 2019. They're about 6 feet tall. Brian Cage won the Casino ladder match at Double or Nothing in May. About the same height, so no. Then I was like, okay, actually, let's rewind it back. In WCW, you have Dusty fending off Tully. Eddie Guerrero beating Six. Goldberg beating Scott Hall. No contest still between Hall and Bammer. Hall winning the US title. Benoit beating Jarrett. Jarrett gets his win back. And now we're into the tag cruiserweights like Young Dragons. Then 3 count. Filthy Animals. Finally 3 count again. Sorry for the splicey you're about to get, Steve. Maybe you could count Goldberg because he's 6'4", but height isn't his main advantage. Like, he's a kind of jacked, snarling dragon that breathes fire, and that's his advantage.
I can think of
So you're full
one.
of shit, Tony, is what I'm saying.
Have you know, Kane won Money in the Bank and he's tall.
So you're the one in the 62 ladder matches. Your boy, Jack Evans, injects a boombox into the match.
The injector.
Tony Caster using it on Cody's dodgy shoulder. Massive plot point in the bout. Tilt-a-whirl botch by Ethan almost lands Sky's neck on the ladder, but Archer just kind of patiently waits for him to do a spot again. Pentagon Jr. Codebreaker about half a foot off the ground. It was great. But then gives Cody a Canadian Destroyer on the ladder on the outside. Cody's ushered to the outside, and we get a brief Jerry Lynn appearance. Ethan Page takes a powerbomb off the ladder and about 2 seconds of reaction, then nothing. That's a bad omen. Scorpio Sky, lovely frog splash onto the ladder and kapow! High knee!
Oh my God!
And OC, your favourite spot. You know the way wrestlers go up the ladder like they're in quicksand?
Yeah.
Belabored. Hey, baby. Lance Archer kills kayfabe by scooting up the ladder like a whippet with a bomb full of dynamite. Woo! Time for the finish. Cody's back and fighting through the injured shoulder. And Jake fucking Roberts comes in for a nostalgia spot. Short arm clothesline, then super kicked away. And my favourite bit, he just sits on the hard camera.
Looking glum, like.
Yeah, he's there for a solid, 2 minutes. It's just Cody and Scorpio Sky left. Sky slams Cody's injured shoulder into the ladder, trash talks him and hoofs him off, leaving him all alone to unhook the Sonic Ring and win the match in 23:15.
And win the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah.
Scorpio Sky! He's got the face of the revolution!
Yeah, what'd you think, mate?
I thought it was one of the least spectacular ladder matches I can think of. I was disappointed with nearly the entire match. And my main takeaways are Cody being Poochie. Even when he's out of the action, he's still in camera shot and your eyes are on him the entire time. Secondly, Cody, I believe, is the only babyface in this fucking match. So it's like all heels then. The debut of poor Ethan Page, it was the wettest of all of the farts. Honestly, I don't have any positives that I took away from it.
No, I just it's a spot fest with AEW's Jubilee with only that storyline of leaving, getting injured and returning. It's quite a hackneyed trope, so meh. Fun but unmemorable apart from the gigantic spray painted Sonic Ring. And just I'm very happy how much Lance Archer has improved since seeing him in TNA.
He's really good.
Love the look. He's worked very hard on it, and he's completely changed his body type, his physique, and he looks to be a much smoother wrestler as well. So, geez, big thumbs up. For him, not the match.
I thought it was fun, but you're spot on. There was nothing particularly innovative. And in 2021, you're going to put on a ladder match. There's been so many beforehand. A multi-man ladder match, you've got to do something different. And there was nothing really here. At least Cody does try to build up the TNT title. And he says it's as important as the world title.
I do like that.
Yeah.
It's not, though.
Of course it's not. But nobody believes that.
That's like telling the WCW Kiss demon that you'll be in the main event and the curtain jerker, that's the main event. Fucking Chiavetta said it.
But I have an issue with it being called the TNT title. I know why. Obviously, they're getting some kind of financial incentive to do it. But eventually, you're going to go off TNT. So don't build up the legacy of this title, and eventually it'll go away, and you're going to call it something else. It's a fine line.
It's the TV Guide Championship. Next up, our mystery signing is revealed. And it's like, why isn't anyone marking out?
Exactly. Yeah. Are you telling me none of you cunts were watching TNA 15 years ago?
Wait, you're serious? Yeah, they have to wait till the name pops up. It's instant classic Christian Cage.
My boy! Who can't be a boy?
Yeah, Christian. FYI, if you're watching the Spanish feed, you were spoiled a little earlier because when Ethan Page came out, it's Christian Cage. And that's why you don't debut multiple people on the same show. Just a bit worried about his new gimmick here. Outwork everyone.
Pressure's on.
Work is like the least important part of wrestling as well, unless you're incredible, which you're not.
Yeah, you're not AJ Styles. You're not Kurt Angle.
Come on, mate.
Yeah.
Like, he's really fucking good. And to be fair, we've probably told people this before, but he's the reason that we started to watch TNA. Obviously, I don't think it's going to have the same draw that it did, 15 years ago, but I'm still very fucking happy to see him there. But the deck is stacked because they're already talking about him being the best wrestler in the world. And
I have no issue with the outwork everyone, because that's just a t-shirt and that'll just go away in a few months. Like, don't worry about that. He's still, as we saw at the Rumble, he's still an outstanding wrestler. Not the best in the world, but an outstanding wrestler. An amazing promo. As a package, there's very few better in the world, I think. Maybe he's not quite as good as he was. We'll find out, I suppose. What he does have going for him is he's the best dressed man in the history of wrestling. He is. I know you like your bum bags and your knackered tracksuit bottoms and your waistcoats, but I think he's always been an incredible dresser. I don't know, I just think he looks fucking so swish.
But how do you feel about the nappy when he wrestles?
Yeah, but you can see the nappy when he's coming out to sign a contract. He might still be wearing one.
He's got a long coat, you see. Christian had just shown back up in WWE at the 2021 Royal Rumble. Looked amazing. Lasted over 18 minutes. He's monstrous. I was like, I can't believe Vince didn't snap him up immediately.
I'm shocked.
Christian contacted Tony Khan a few weeks prior saying he wanted to work full-time in AEW, and Tony couldn't believe his luck. He wasn't signed, and the deal came together pretty fast. Christian reveals his new t-shirt, and that's that, sir. And if you don't know, now you know.
And it is official. Christian Cage is here to outwork everyone.
Can I just make one more point on that? Can you think of a less exciting debut for a big star?
Ethan Page.
Okay, touche,
Big
sir.
Show.
Our penultimate matchup is a cinematic match, a street fight tag match featuring Brian Cage and Ricky Starks versus Sting and TNT champion Darby Allin. Allin and Sting, and they're cutting a I'm a Hoodlum promo in a moody lit abandoned warehouse in Atlanta, Georgia. I fucking flipped out. This is the bollocks that I want.
Wonderful!
So this is a new method of presentation of pro wrestling that is really perfect due to the real world problems of the pandemic. Of course, this was kind of first successfully trialled thanks to Broken Matt Hardy with his crazy fun mini-movie matches at the Hardy compound, culminating with an episode of Impact from the Hardy's gaff. total non-stop deletion. And WWE tried their hand at it themselves with the Wyatt family compound, man.
Oh, that was
Remember
really
bollock?
bad with the fucking New Day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then Bray and the House of Horrors at Payback. I was well into it with the backwards tractor. Oh my god. And then WWE signed the Hardys and got their WWE versions of it, like Ultimate Deletion. And it's been kicked into high gear in 2020 thanks to zero crowds. So Steve, favorite cinematic match, Firefly Funhouse?
Oh, I loved that. The one with Cena at Mania. But AJ Undertaker.
Oh, yeah, at Mania.
Was fucking great.
The bone time.
The bone time.
Bang, bone. I love that match except for the camera changes. It's insane. They just maybe they're just trying to hide Undertaker's age and immobility, but it's so grating, and WWE do it anyway. Actually, shout out to Jeff Bridges, not the actor. He did a video where he compared a week of Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Dark, and here's a minute of each show. How many camera changes? Dark was 7, AEW Dynamite was 11, SmackDown 36, Raw 49.
Oh my god.
That's not watchable.
Why does Darby Allin get everything he needs and everything he wants? Enough with the emotions. Man up! Oh, look out. Look out. Cage.
Team Taz have been feuding with Darby Allin over the last few months. Darby, he's had excellent matches with Ricky Starks, where he had lined his skateboard with tacks and he jumped off the ropes with it and pushed it into his back.
Awesome.
He had an amazing match on Dynamite with Brian Cage, where Brian Cage just ragdolled him around, put him in a body bag and did a razor's edge from the ring to the outside because Darby's a fucking madman. Team Taz battered Darby, put him in a body bag, tied him to the back of their car and dragged him along.
Just like Big Show at his dad's funeral and Boss Man.
Holy fucking shit. And then Sting debuted for the save for Darby. Probably my second favourite build on this show after Paige and Matt Hardy. I was really looking forward to it.
Cinematic pre-recorded wrestling bout, but with live commentary as Taz joins the lads at the booth. Brian Cage, congrats on your OSW 99 Roy D. Magoo award. Fuck! No testing in AEW.
The Swoleverine.
He looks great.
Yeah, he's awesome, ridiculous.
You know, I would treat watching this, whatever it was, 15 minutes or whatever, like a movie, a short movie. I have no issue with commentators commentating on the match when there's a match going on, but they were commentating on the opening, you know, with Sting in the pickup truck and Darby grabbing the back of it. And that to me is like the setup and the set the tone of the next 15 minutes. It's like if I'm watching a movie and somebody is commentating on the fucking movie, you know, it ruins it. Like, oh, blimey, look at these drapes, you know? Like, ruins it for me. Shut up, lads, and wait till the bell rings.
Oh man, love Darby's minions and the cloak and the masks. It's kind of 90s Manson deal to it.
I really, really like the song. I think it's cool.
Or maybe The Cure, bit of that. What do you think of Darby Allin?
He's pretty fucking good. I've been hearing a lot about him over the last couple of years. Love the half face paint gimmick. Quite like the skateboarder thing. I can't remember anyone else having this kind of skateboard gimmick.
No.
You know, using it as a weapon. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It seems obvious in hindsight.
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, I think he looks pretty good.
I think that there's one thing that Darby has that I haven't seen maybe since like Jeff Hardy. He's cool. And you don't get that much in wrestling.
Folks, we have no idea what to expect here. Let's go. A fight.
Cinematic matches, I think they allow for more visually interesting options, like a cool drone shot and fighting in front of like dry ice and a floodlight. You know, it just looks more sumptuous, you know. Wrestling generally has like even studio lighting. Like you ever see Star Trek? Just, lights everywhere, so everywhere's the same that it's lit. So, you know, looks a bit cheaper.
Moody.
The lads work their way upstairs. Cage, oh man, he does it like a delayed vertical suplex and he just walks up the stairs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Fucking hell.
But a lot of that was Darby as well, keeping his balance in the air, you know?
Yeah.
The lads nope out of doing a spot in the men's toilets. Is it not happening? Just FYI, Darby booked this whole match. It's like 90% his ideas with Tony Khan.
I didn't know that.
And he's not afraid to get thrown into bricks. So just...
This is amazing. There was a spot where Cage picks up Darby and he fucks him against the wall, and Darby is like Spider-Man and he kind of like holds onto the wall and like runs up a bit and jumps off. Absolutely amazing feat.
Since they're in an abandoned building with regular floorboards, nobody wants to bump on the ground. So Cage takes a fire extinguisher, then a glass bottle, and he kind of just gently bed. I'll bump, but put the sheet over a mattress and... heel cronies come in to turn the tide, including swinging Darby into a plate glass window.
And then it landed on his head.
That was the worst part.
Yeah.
Like, you know, surely going through the glass sucks, but then you're like, and then...
Yeah.
By the way, someone get Taz a pop filter. He's spitting into the mic and his plosives are insane. Like, he's like, put him in a potty bag, you rotten bastard. Oh, nuts.
You want to put him in a body bag, you rotten bastards? No wonder you're so confident.
All hope is lost. Stinger, by his lonesome, is getting battered. Sorry, there's a shovel. He's getting buried.
Hey-o.
But Allin summons all his strength, rises from the grave. Sting had thrown away his bat earlier, but now Allin chucks it back at him, and triumphant music plays, battering the heels, culminating with Allin doing a huge leap of faith elbow into the chasm, taking himself and Cage out.
No. Oh my God!
It's left to the Stinger to take us home. Other positive of a pre-tape match is you can edit out the reshoots. 2-take Sting gets out of a powerbomb and cut to him rolling into a pin.
It was very clearly like a double take. But, you know, it's fine. The dude is like 62 or something.
Can I just say some of the things I like best about the match were the throwing of the baseball bat around the place and how it was just... I think Darby threw it to Sting and he caught it perfectly. It looked so good.
Like a movie.
Yeah.
Stinger blocks a back elbow and sets him up for a scorpion death drop. 1, 2, 3, and the hoodlums prevail.
The winners of this fight, the team of Darby Allin and Sting.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. The build was great. The match looked great. Like some of the camera pans and camera shots. Darby spots where he jumps off of the wall, where he's put through the window, the like bat stuff, the big elbow. Adored it. Loved it. One of my favorite cinematic matches. 2 massive thumbs up. Great stuff.
Absolutely loved it. I would say with brawls, you know I don't like brawls in general. It's usually grab the back of the head and hit somebody's head off a catering table, you know, and the hands slap the table. That's to me is a brawl. There was a little bit of that, but not absolutely by no means enough to kind of piss me off. Production, outstanding. Can't fault it. Now, the only other thing is Taz on commentary. Is he doing well? Are you happy with Taz at the moment?
Taz in general only commentates on Dark, and I don't watch Dark. I do like him. But I think the commentary on this match is the one thing that I'm a bit wibbly on. I didn't hate it, but I don't think it added to it.
I'd agree. That man is growing wide, by the way. Like SpongeBob SquareTaz. Like, Jesus Christ. He is fucking expanding. However, in summary, absolutely loved it. Great work.
Yeah, I agree with that. This pay-per-view up to now, it's generally just like a conveyor belt of moves, and we get something completely different, tightly scripted, intentionally shot angles. This match had a beginning, middle, and end, and highs and the dizzying. No, it had the dizzying highs, the terrifying lows, and the creamy middles. Amazing, huge win. Big reason to watch AEW, and yeah, Darby Allin, fucking on my radar. Yeah. Come a long way since the I Like Turtles video.
Yeah.
What's that?
Allin.
With my friend the zombie Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
I love it, Jay. Brilliant. Well done. You're splicing that in.
Yeah.
I like turtles.
7 matches down, 1 match left, because it's time for your main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Revolution main event tonight is an exploding barbed wire death match!
It's your main event. For the AEW World Championship, it's an exploding barbed wire death match with champion Kenny Omega with Don Callis versus Jon Moxley. What about the rules?
There are no rules. 3 sides of the ring are barbed wire and rigged to explode. 3 areas outside the ring are also rigged to explode. No DQ or count out. Win by pinfall or submission. If the match goes 30 minutes, all explosives in and around the ring will detonate.
How's Kenny Omega?
He is an excellent in-ring worker. I'm not so hot on his promo abilities or his characters. The fans of his waited about a year or so to get the kind of best wrestler in the world as their world champion. And what we've gotten is a slightly goofy, campy comedy world champion. But then he goes in the ring and he's fucking great. So, thumbs up overall.
Alright. Your boy, Dino, Jon Moxley, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking on the last show or the show before, on the SWS show, what would get me to watch wrestling again? Moxley is, in my opinion, the best wrestler in the world. If anyone could be the guy, it's this guy.
I think you're completely correct. I think he is overall the best wrestler in the world.
Alright, let's fucking get to it.
Yeah.
This match is not going to end well for either guy.
Mox out first. I love that JR mentions that he's the challenger, so he's out first because it's the right thing to do. It's like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yep.
Sporting things. Mox's leather jacket, of course, a reference to Atsushi Onita, the exploding barbed wire match innovator. JR, he recounts Terry Funk's advice for the wrestlers for this matchup. Get over your fear of barbed wire tearing your flesh. Simple, graphic, and effective. For the main event, the good qualities of man will be left behind.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it's a great day to die right here at Revolution.
Oh, so freaking boss. Kenny Omega, his theme song is by Canada's own Lil V Mills. Yeah. He's an awesome video game cover artist. He also did the lead guitar for Cinder on the new Killer Instinct.
Wow, I love that fucking song.
Yeah, it's
nice.
Like 6-minute metal marathon.
Yeah.
No, that's just Raw. It is, yeah. I love how Justin Roberts is like, I'm not getting in that ring. I'll announce from the...
Your ship-on scarf all the way up there, yeah.
And the ref has his bomb suit on.
Bomb suit is very fucking generous. It looks like he's going out to his back garden to paint a shed.
But it's all to sell the danger of the bout. Kick off, jostling and try to throw each other to the ropes to set off the explosives. And they're like, oh, I'm fucking not. Dino throws some funk haymakers whilst Kenny responds with some Fuji salt in the eyes.
Ah, freedom powder.
Then throws them at the ropes and... I can hear holy shit chants. I can't see him. Isn't that right, girls? Settle down. Dino starts sawing at Kenny's knee with a barbed wire chair. Do you like that? He goes...
Yeah, vicious.
I like that spot.
Kenny tries his own figure four, but gets kicked into the ring. An explosion. And then another. Okay, so there's a half-hour time limit, 20 minutes till explosion. Big red flag saying that. Snapdragon denied. Kenny tries to sandbag Dino, but is still thrown through the table. Mox, much like versus Eddie Kingston in their I Quit match, wraps barbed wire around his arm so he can apply his bulldog choke. Kenny denies a paradigm shift DDT by sacrificing himself, charging both men into the rope. Explosion!
I like that spot.
And becomes temporarily blinded. They teeter on the outside. Kenny eats a knee and grabs the ropes, but it's not a spot, so nothing.
Or maybe that rope had already blown up, so the charges are gone.
Because I was looking at the ropes. It was like, there's no obvious, here's where the charge is. Anyway, DDT through the tables on the outside.
Hold on a sec. He hit his finishing move from the ring apron to the outside onto an exploding, well, a fart. So this one was very farty. I want to say that this one was the worst one yet, but it's also the most painful fucking spot. Jesus Christ.
Back in the ring, ominous ticking music plays as it's our 10-minute warning. I think we're out of explosions now as Omega hits Dino twice with a V-trigger, sending him into the corner, but no Pyro. Yeah. Oh no, one-winged angel and cover, but Mox breaks it up by putting his foot on the ropes and causing an explosion.
Yeah, that was clever.
It was my favorite spot of this match. I thought it was really good. And it keeps the one-winged angel super strong because in the entire history of this move, only one person has ever kicked out of it. Kota Ibushi,
the Golden Lover.
And Kenny's former tag team partner. Love that.
Question, is it a legal requirement for matches to have a run-in? Every match on this just, usually the Dark Order comes out. Like, what the fuck? Good Brothers hop to it to turn the tide in Omega's favour. Setting up a chair, Omega hoists Mox up and one-winged angel through it. 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega wins and retains the AEW Championship.
Omega or on his one-winged angel in a chair. 2, please kick out.
For me, the main event didn't work. Kenny Omega is one of the best wrestlers in the entire world. Jon Moxley is currently my favourite wrestler to watch. I just wanted to see them have a hard-hitting blow-off to their feud that's like kind of lasted 2 fucking years. And what I got was a series of time wasting until they could get to the Farty Pyros. It just didn't work for me. Kind of ended the pay-per-view on a bit of a downer.
I'm surprised, actually. Go on.
This is the first match in 99 episodes that I've watched twice.
Wow.
Yeah. And this was not a short match. I would liken it to the Justice League Snyder Cut. In that there's a lot to process here, It was kept playing on my mind, which is a great sign. Today I watched it again. There's something special about it. Because I'm still thinking about it now. It's been going through my head all week. So there's something there. I'm not saying it was perfect, but I can't get it out of my head. And that's a fantastic compliment. It's the biggest compliment I can pay it. A little bit of posturing at the start, but I mean, it's half an hour. You can't be just gouging each other for that amount of time. I thought it built so nicely. Some of the spots were great. A little bit hokey, but who cares? The violence was just on the limit for me. I wouldn't want any more, but I just thought it was perfect. I just thought there was enough blood, enough barbed wire, enough explosions, enough selling. I wouldn't want it to go any further. I think I loved it.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I actually really enjoyed it as well. From the start of it, where they just try to brute force push each other into the exploding ropes to the Terry Funk spots, and there's kind of other homages to Onita and Funk. No, it was awesome. It was like, I love Mox and I love Kenny, so they can only have still a really enjoyable match. The explosions look good to me. I was pretty happy with them, and a lot of crazy stuff. So yeah, and the only thing is just that the Good Brothers, they can fuck off. You could fuck off in the Fed and you could super fuck off in AEW. Anyway, but no, it was brilliant if we leave it right here at this point in time.
At this point in time, exactly.
But wait, there's more!
The clock is still ticking, but the lads continue beating down John. It's not until the countdown is at 1 minute that we get the massive kind of res evil warning siren. There's like, get the fuck out of the ring kind of thing. Eddie Kingston rushes to the ring. This is Mox's former best friend turned bitter rival and enemy, but he's pushing all that baggage aside as he tries to usher out a handcuffed Mox and save him. Like, what a face turn.
I thought he was brilliant here. He was so fucking good.
But time's running out and he can't move Dino. Shit, there's no time. He covers Mox's face with his body and braces for impact.
Fucking disaster, lads.
I was like, the memes don't do it justice. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Like, you can't be serious. Like, you shouldn't. Of all the things to cheap out on, I love it because, like, you get the and then there's like silence for 5 seconds. Everyone's gobsmacked, and then
Get him out of there! Take cover! Get him cover! No! Kingston! Oh my! attached and protecting Moxley.
Oh, lads, you did so well. You finished the match and it was great. Oh. Just couldn't stick the landing. Much like the Justice League.
Even watching it, I was like, I don't know what they were going to do or what they should have done. Maybe sparks coming into the ring.
It needed flame.
Okay.
In like Hollywood movies, when something blows up, you like get the kind of petrol bomb ball of flame that goes up into the air. But it's tough to do that safely.
Yeah.
But then again, though, Daly's place is outdoor, so.
But fair play to Eddie Kingston.
He's so good.
I see what they're going for, and I like that they presented a threat, and then Kenny won the match, and they didn't need the threat. Crisis averted, but they showed it to us anyway. That's quite a big thing in TV shows and movies and games. Like my favorite one is like the Evil Dead remake. The promise of it is that if everyone here dies in the cabin, blood will rain from the sky, hell opens, and the abomination will walk the earth. And then they think everything's fine because the last girl there, she lives, and it's like, crisis averted. Actually, she died and was like resuscitated, and actually that counts. And so blood triples down. It's like, shit, it's raining blood. Oh my God. The abomination just comes crawling out from around the corner. I don't know. We're going, oh shit, you know, here's Satan, you know. So it's another mad dash, and she gets a chainsaw and kills him that way. And so there we go. We got the setup and crisis time. It's averted, and you get it anyway. And I thought that's what they were going for. Didn't pan out.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Hooray.
For Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, I'm Jim Ross. Thanks again very much. We'll see you Wednesday night on Dynamite.
Kenny Omega may be a tough son of a bitch, but he can't make an exploding ring worth of shit.
For the fallout of this, damage control was immediate. Post-media scrum, Tony Khan here, kayfabe it, saying Kenny had built a dud of a bomb, and that's why it was so shit. So this match was inspired by and paid homage to Terry Funk versus Atsushi Onita from FMW Genton, May 5th, 1993, an exploding barbed wire exploding ring match. So, ooh, bro said bonus segment. Dude, what did you make of Terry Funk Atsushi Onita?
It's very similar. The big difference with the Onita Funk match is the explosion at the end is quite good. But yeah, it's the same kind of idea. There's a lot of pushing towards the barbed wire. There's a few explosions go off. Onita took 90% of the punishment here. I think Funk got away with murder.
Oh my God, did you see his arms and his back?
Yeah.
I don't like when wrestlers maim themselves. That's some of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was horrendous. I really, really liked that Onita left the ring and came back to protect Funk. Oh, that was marvellous, marvellous. And then to have a decent explosion kind of made it all the better. So yeah, I enjoyed it, but I just didn't think it was on the level of the Omega Mox.
I thought the bigger thing was that the charges and explosions were way more impressive in Japan. Like they're like... I don't know, fucking hell. And the barbed wire ring ropes were actually just barbed wire. You've only got barbed wire. So it was kind of terrifying. And it's not gimmicked because you throw them open and it explodes. And then we have a look at Onita's arm and it's like cut in really random places.
Yeah.
I.e. that wasn't planned and this is real.
And you could see the burn marks on his white top from like where the charges went off. It was terrifying. Like, obviously, Mox and Kenny are better wrestlers, better modern day workers, but I liked this match way more because of the fans. The two wrestlers had the fans in the palms of their hand. All they had to do was push someone near the barbs and the fans lost their shit and they fucking worked it. It was magic. I thought this match was awesome. I fucking loved it.
Dumping Onita up and through the wires and a massive nasty explosion. It's like, fucking hell. They get the 5-minute timer as well, and that just stirs them into throwing haymakers. That was cool.
They kind of perked up when it went off because they're like, fuck, I have to end it or else we're going to die.
Even if Omega and Ambrose agreed to it, you couldn't do this today. It's like legitimately dangerous and wrestlers get hurt rather than just looking dangerous, which is what wrestling's supposed to be. The ending, Onita powerbombs him twice, and then with 1 minute left, the siren turns to an air raid brown trousers warning. Onita leaves him for dead, then changes his mind, goes to pull Funk out, but there's not enough time, so covers Funk's face and endures the blast together, just like Eddie Kingston.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, but the blast was like, and the screen turned white, and like that's what you needed.
Yeah.
Just kind of two things. One of them is he didn't have enough time. I think he left it too late to come back into the ring to sell the drama of changing your mind, trying to get him out. And so, no, we have enough time and cover him. Because that would, like, he got back in, it was like 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
Not enough wrestling time to do that. And the other one is when they have the massive explosion, they have the wide shot, everyone goes silent, but they undercut the seriousness by Onita's theme song playing. Mate, you're having a laugh. Yeah, it's terrible. And then the two kind of warriors kind of help each other walk away together into the sunset, having earned each other's respect, hardened through battle, and like, I really got stuff. So, big fan.
Which match did you like more?
Onita. I was transfixed watching it. I couldn't believe how barbaric
it was the drama that got me rather
Funk's
than
whole
the
deal
work rate.
Is like putting himself and his emotions and his body on the line for it. And maybe it's like the kind of wild gunslinger and his like last bout before, dying. Like he's going out there to die basically, but he's going to give it his best. So I don't know.
He only had another 15 years in the business.
So the whole thing's available on YouTube. So we go clicky. It's solid. FMW Genton, May 5th, 93. So overall, what did you think of AEW Revolution, baby? I don't know why. Jericho, get on
baby.
Start to finish, really enjoyed it. There was nothing shit. I know that there bit of bollocks at the end, but that was still fun. I'd highly recommend this, and it's such a pleasure to watch a good wrestling pay-per-view, especially coming off the back of the latter days of the Lex Express arc.
95.
Yeah, like we watched some bad shit, and this is just a breath of fresh air. And thanks, Steve, for picking it.
Steve, why did you pick AEW Revolution for us? Because this was your choice.
Bit of a mixture of things. One, you get to see a mixture of the young guys that AEW are doing a good job of building up. You get to see main event Moxley. You get to see Kenny Omega, who is like hailed as the super hardcores, as the best wrestler in the world. You get to see cinematic matches, the Young Bucks doing spots, ladder matches. And of course, you finish it all off with a bit of bollocks. We love a bit of bollocks here on OSW. But in saying that, this is still one of AEW's weakest pay-per-views yet. Yeah.
That's an incredible achievement.
And I think that's why I wasn't as high on it as others, because I've seen them put on shows that have 7 whopper matches,
Excellent. How did this pay-per-view do? Yeah, recommend it as well. How did this pay-per-view do? Brought in close to $7 million, 159,000 buys, and that smashes Double or Nothing's 120,000, making this the most successful non-WWE pay-per-view since WCW were still alive back in 99. Wow.
Delighted for them.
Final thought here, just whatever you make of AEW, you should root for them. The better their products and bigger they become, the better WWE will become. AEW's success is our success, and after 18 years, WWE have brown trousers, legit competition, and everybody wins. The wrestling landscape is a better place with AEW in it. So just thank you, Cody, Bucks, Omega, and Tony.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Comfy.
Well, that does it for this week, folks. Only took us 99 episodes, but finally, OSW is all elite. And how'd you enjoy that one, everyone?
I had good time talking about this show. I'm glad I finally got you guys to watch some AEW. I hope you guys had fun. 10 on 10 stuff.
What'd you think, man?
Yeah, great. Really enjoyed it. Fantastic.
What are we doing? We finished OSW 97, WrestleMania 11, the 2-hour Whopper 19 Awards, Golden Nugger, their 7th edition, king size. Then after that, it's like, let's all choose something that we want to do each. We had The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. OSC's choice there. Man, that turned out amazing. Great to hear you, OSC, as well.
Thank you. Great to be me.
And the heel turn is complete.
Brilliant.
My choice, which was the SWS versus WWF WrestleFest in Tokyo Dome watch along. And this one, of course, OSW 99 with V1 here, AEW Revolution 2021, which means that our next episode, OSW 100. So what we're going to do is we'll put up a poll of a couple of ideas here, and the fans will decide. So you can watch the other 98 OSW episodes if you go to our website on
OSWReview.com.
And if you're feeling spicy, jaunty, no, you only gave us one catch Easter egg. There's 3 of us, mate. Starbursty, full sugar cookie. Oh, what's this? Vanilla cookie. Yeah, if you want to keep us in some fine soft drinks, you can slip us a couple of bucks and join Nugger U at
nuggeru.oswreview.com.
Oh, me meow. So it's a goodbye from V1.
Take a fucking beer.
And OSC.
You do.
And myself, the 2.5 time Golden Nugger Award winner. Not the quote of the year anymore. That's OSC's thing. But it's your boy Jay Hunter. And remember, a winner is you. Well, when we see him again, we'll be in triple digits.
Holy shit balls.